more than one person, you've been jumped. He's a 7th grader at Eagle Ridge Middle School. And the story is, his name is Richard McClurg, and Richard apparently stuck up for a young girl who was being picked on or harassed, maybe bullied. And the very next day, allegedly, young Richard was beat up by the boy who Richard asked to stop picking on the girl and a couple of his friends. Well, apparently some teachers and some security witnessed the incident and did nothing, according to the McClurg family. Well, now KKOB TV has run a story on it, and we have the audio for you, so we're going to play that. And then we have Brian McClurg, Richard's father, online, and we're going to bring him on as well. And we'll talk about this. Do we have the audio? Go ahead, Jeff.
Now that father has posted a video online claiming the boy's school did nothing to help. Maria Guerrero is live at Eagle Ridge Middle School in Rio Rancho with their story. Maria?
You know, the boy in this story isn't allowed back at school until Tuesday. He says after a bully beat him up as students and some adults stood by and did nothing.
This is what happened with me today.
Richard McClurg likes web design like his dad, and it's the internet where the two are taking their fight against bullying. Bullying, they claim, turned violent at Eagle Ridge Middle School.
After school, when the bell rang,
Brian McClurg posted this video on his YouTube page. In it, his 13-year-old son claims an 8th grade boy and 3 friends beat him up last week in front of several students and some teachers.
there's some security guards, but they didn't do anything either.
McClurg says he was only standing up to the bully, telling him to leave a girl alone.
She told me that he was bothering her.
The 7th grader was suspended. McClurg says the 8th grade boy who beat him up was also suspended.
Kids do get in fights, things happen. But when the school doesn't do anything about it, and then on top of that suspends him for it, that's when I said, okay, that's enough.
The Rio Rancho School District says it is investigating the on-campus fight, but the district says it's not necessarily a bullying incident because it would have to be a repeated pattern, not a one-time occurrence. The McClurg's YouTube video has already generated hundreds of views and comments from other parents.
Okay, so now you get the story. The district did say they take these types of incidents seriously, but claim the altercation isn't necessarily a case of bullying because it has to be a repeated pattern, not an incident that happens once. My question is, how does it happen once? And if Richard's telling the truth, teachers saw it, and security saw it, it would seem to be cut and dry to me. Jeff?
Well, if you've seen the video, absolutely.
Right. So with us now is Brian McClurg. Brian, thanks for joining us. Any updates?
So far, I've got updates as far as other parents having complaints about the same school or the Rio Rancho School District in general, and actually have came to me and given their testimonies either on responses on YouTube or on Facebook. They'll friend me and just tell me what's going on and just thanking me for standing up for my own son, and in turn they're able to speak their voice too.
So other parents are claiming that their children have been beat up or at least assaulted in some manner with no repercussions, or they've been suspended themselves, or what are you hearing?
There's actually a lot more than that just going on. There's a lady, in fact, I just got through talking to, where there was people making up fake Facebook accounts for their children, and then, of course, saying things that weren't true, pretending that they were one of their children. And when they went to go clear it up with the school, or even trying to get a hold of the Department of Justice, they couldn't get a hold of them. And when they did talk to the principal pretty much just blew it off. It just seems like rather than getting attacked from the outside in, it's from the inside now, and it's kind of scary. It's very scary.
And this is the principal at Eagle Ridge?
Yes, sir.
if you read some of the comments and some that I've received, because I've asked for feedback of the video on Facebook, that Richard didn't show any signs of and I'm just playing a devil's advocate here. I just want to, just make sure everything is clear and out on the table. He's not showing any signs of being beaten up, is what they're saying. There's no marks. And, my response to that is, well, you can be on the ground getting kicked and you're not going to see anything on your face necessarily. Did he sustain any injuries?
He did a few, and it was in the back of the head. He got tackled to the ground, of course. Like you said, the street term, and that's what I grew up with, getting jumped. When they figure out they can't, hit you, the rest of the friends jump in, and they threw him to the ground is what they did, hit him in the back of the head, he had some bumps, and they kicked him. And I guess the sad thing really is what you said already, security guards watching, some teachers were out there watching, and not only, I can understand they might not have time to get in there to stop it, but you just think for 1 second out of anybody that's human and humane in any way that they would go and check on him after it's all said and done.
Absolutely.
They didn't do anything.
Were there any other witnesses that can corroborate? I'm sorry, I don't know what's wrong with me today, but who can just back up the fact that there were teachers and security that witnessed it?
Absolutely. There's about 40 kids, according to my son, that surrounded him, and there's also kids that have came forward. We have, of course, I can't give this out yet, but we have recording of some testimonies of kids that told us exactly what happened and that there were teachers watching in security and nothing happened. And
you got these recordings with the permission of their parents, I'm assuming?
Yes, and we're going to have more. We're going to have a lot of testimonies, and what I'm encouraging right now is the people that have contacted me either by phone, email, or YouTube, we're all going to get together and with their children, and that way everything will be done the right way and get their testimonies. And I'm going to be putting another YouTube channel or YouTube video up with the testimonies with the parents and the children concerning the problems they're having, and of course the witness for my son and the incident that happened that day.
I got to tell you, Richard seems like a really, really good kid. Where do you go from here? What's the next step?
Well, the next step for me is it might be a legal step because I think sometimes what's going to hurt them the most is their pocketbook. Well, you know what I mean? It's just something that if you're going to really wake up a situation, sometimes you got to hit below the belt, if you know what I mean.
I hear you. Anything else you'd like to get out there before we take some calls on this, or?
Well, what I would like to do is there's a lot of people that talk to me that said they're afraid and they're asking me how do you take it to the next level? Well, I want to tell them don't be afraid. Just get out there, use social media, use Facebook. There's so many ways of getting your voice heard, and of course your radio station's one, and of course Facebook. There's ways of doing it. If you're shy, use Facebook. Whatever you can do through social media, which is the big thing nowadays. Hey, speak your voice. People will listen, and they will respond, and they will support you. They have for me.
Has the school I'm assuming they're on spring break this week, like the APS, or no?
No, sir. It'll be on spring break till next week. I'm not exactly sure.
Why would they have the spring break separate than the rest of the the area?
I have no idea.
So, what is Richard heading back to school?
It looks like we might. Right now, it looks like from what happened. Of course, there's more investigation going on, but it looks like we might have to pull him out and put him in a private school or homeschool him, whatever would be best for him, whatever he feels more comfortable with.
Yeah, I couldn't blame you if that's the route you took. We'll tell Richard he's a good kid, and no matter what happens here, that he always should be sticking up for the young ladies like he did. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir, absolutely. I'll do that. I appreciate your time.
Yeah, thanks, Brian, and keep me updated, please.
I will, absolutely.
All right, thanks. Good night.
Thank you.
Well, there you go. You heard it from the dad there. This won't drop. Anyway, what are your thoughts? 243-3333. Rio Rancho boy says he was beat up and suspended from school after confronting a bully. Yet he was jumped. Teachers witnessed it, apparently, and security as well.
That's what bothers me.
Yeah, that is really the most disturbing part of this story. 243-3333. We'll be right back.